And for the last 70 years, intelligence agencies have treated it as such, a strategic asset developed in secret labs and tested in the field. They discovered that memory isn't located in your brain, it's triggered. And the triggers they use are so counterintuitive, you won't find them in any textbook. Until now. What if the single biggest lie you've been told is that learning has to be hard? That to achieve a super memory, you need to grind for thousands of hours, buried under a mountain of textbooks and flashcards? What if I told you that you were currently at ground zero, but the path to a formidable memory isn't a long, painful marathon? It's a series of secret shortcuts. These aren't just theories. They are field-tested protocols, the exact methods used by intelligence agencies like the CIA to transform an average person into a master of information in weeks, not years. And today, I'm declassifying them for you. This isn't just about learning faster. This is about rewiring the very hardware of your brain. Welcome to your beginner's guide to a super memory. Let's begin. Secret number 1, subconscious installation. Think about what you do right before you fall asleep. Most of us doom scroll through social media, filling our minds with useless noise. The spy does the opposite. They use this time to install skills directly into their subconscious. It's called hypno-learning, and it's less sci-fi than you think. There's a magical window, that hazy state between being fully awake and fast asleep, where your brain produces what are called theta waves. In this state, your conscious mind, the gatekeeper that questions everything, is half asleep. Your brain's bouncer is off duty. This leaves a direct, unfiltered pathway to your long-term memory. Here is your first protocol. Tonight, instead of scrolling, find a theta waves track on YouTube. 4 Hz is the sweet spot. Put on your headphones, play the track softly, and as you drift off, calmly review the information you want to master. Spanish verbs, a complex coding formula, the key points of a business proposal. Don't force it, just gently expose your mind to it. Now for the upgrade. While you're in this state, create what we'll call an anchor trigger. Do something simple and unique, like snapping the fingers of your left hand twice. Mid-session. Just snap, snap. That's it. You are now anchoring the state of intense subconscious learning to a physical action. The next day, when you're in a meeting and need to recall that information, or you're feeling your focus drift, discreetly snap your fingers twice. It's a cheat code for your own brain, a Pavlovian trigger that tells your subconscious, access that data now. Secret number 2, the chaos protocol. Now we move from the silence of your bedroom to the chaos of the real world. A CIA agent isn't trained in the quiet sterility of a library. They're trained to absorb critical data while sirens blare and chaos erupts around them. Because here's the truth, your brain is not a delicate flower that needs perfect silence to grow. It's a muscle that forges focus in the fire of distraction. You don't need less distraction to learn. You need to train your brain to make distractions irrelevant. Most people's brains have a weak filter for noise. A spy's brain has an industrial-grade filter. Here's how you build yours. This is the chaos protocol. Instead of searching for a quiet corner, I want you to intentionally create a distracting environment. Open a YouTube tab with coffee shop background noise. Start there. While you study, set a random, annoying alarm to go off every 7 minutes. When it rings, don't stop. Acknowledge it, turn it off, and immediately regain your focus. After a few days, you escalate. Maybe add another layer. Maybe it's a TV playing in another room on low volume. The week after, you change the background sound to busy street noise. You are systematically training your brain's filtering mechanism. You are teaching it to identify what is signal and what is noise, and to ruthlessly ignore the noise. Soon, you'll be able to achieve a Zen-like focus while your roommate is blending a kale smoothie at 6 a.m. or the construction crew next door decides to start their symphony. You're not just learning a subject, you're building an impenetrable fortress of concentration. If your mind is already blown by the idea of weaponizing sleep and weaponizing noise to build a super memory, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that we are declassifying something important here. And I want to know in the comments, what is the single most distracting thing in your environment that you're going to start training with? Let's see what kind of chaos we're dealing with. And make sure you are subscribed, because the next secret is where we turn your 5 senses into a memory toolkit so powerful it almost feels like cheating. Secret number 3. Sensory hijacking. Have you ever caught a whiff of a certain perfume and been instantly transported back to your high school hallway? That's not a random glitch in your brain. It's a feature. Your sense of smell is the only one of your 5 senses that is wired directly into your hippocampus and amygdala, your brain's centers for memory and emotion. It is a memory superpower hiding in plain sight. Amateurs ignore this. Spies weaponize it. This is the protocol. The next time you sit down to learn a specific important subject, I want you to introduce a unique sensory input. It could be a distinct smell, like chewing a very specific brand of cinnamon gum, or putting a drop of peppermint oil on your wrist. It could be a specific, obscure instrumental playlist. Here's where the magic happens. When it comes time to recall that information, whether it's in an exam or a high-stakes presentation, you reintroduce that same sensory cue. Sniff the peppermint oil, chew that cinnamon gum. Your brain, which created a powerful neural link between that sensory input and the information, will pull the memories forward with startling clarity. It's an instant recall button. Want to get truly advanced? You can start color-coding your learning. Wear a specific red shirt only when you study Spanish vocabulary. That shirt in your brain's filing system becomes the Spanish file. It might sound ridiculous, but you're not just wearing a shirt. You're creating a visual anchor for a massive chunk of data. This isn't just a memory trick. You're building a sensory toolkit for your mind. Secret number 4, environmental encoding. You've probably experienced this. You walk into the kitchen with a purpose only to stand there, completely blank, wondering why you came in. Then you walk back to the living room and instantly remember. That's not you being forgetful. That's your brain demonstrating a core principle of its operating system. It maps memories to locations. Your brain is a spatial machine. For thousands of years, ancient orators used this system to memorize epic poems by mentally placing verses in different rooms of a building. They called it a memory palace. A spy calls it standard operating procedure. Your house is not just a place to live, it's a hard drive. Your protocol is this: stop writing to-do lists on paper. Start writing them on your environment. Your bathroom mirror is the perfect place to write the top 3 most critical tasks for the day. You will see it first thing in the morning and multiple times a day. The front of your refrigerator. That's where you write the one complex formula you need to master this week. Your front door, the very last thing you see before leaving, that's where you put a sticky note with the one key phrase or mantra you need to nail for the day. Each time you walk past these environmental anchors, your brain gets a tiny, effortless refresh of the information. You're not trying to memorize, you're letting your environment do the heavy lifting for you. It turns your entire living space into a giant, passive learning machine. Secret number 5, the neural cross-trainer. The myth of productivity tells you to focus on one single task for hours on end. That is the most inefficient way to learn. You don't go to the gym and only do bicep curls for 3 hours straight, do you? You work different muscle groups. Your brain works the same way. The spies call it active interleaving. It sounds fancy, but it's simple. This is your protocol. It's called the 10-minute burst. Study one topic, and only one topic, with intense focus for 10 minutes. When the timer goes off, you don't take a break. You immediately switch to a completely different topic for another 10 minutes. Then switch again. From learning a new language, to studying market analysis, to practicing a musical instrument, this cognitive whiplash forces your brain to work harder to recall and store information, creating stronger, more flexible neural pathways. It's like a cross-training workout for your intellect. Your brain begins to see connections between unrelated topics, boosting both your memory and your creativity. You're getting a 2-for-1 memory upgrade with every session. So let's put it all together. You are no longer at ground zero. You have the secrets. Now you need the mission plan. This is the 4-week Intelligence Officer Protocol. In week 1, you will master subconscious installation. Every night, you will use theta waves and your anchor trigger. In week 2, you will add the chaos protocol. You will begin training your brain to find focus in the noise. In week 3, you will integrate your sensory toolkit and build your first memory palace, turning your senses and your environment into learning assets. And in week 4, you will master the neural cross-trainer, using 10-minute bursts to build true intellectual agility. Stack these protocols week by week. Do not skip a step. This isn't about trying harder, it's about training smarter. Within 1 month, your ability to absorb, retain, and recall information will be unrecognizable. Your focus, your memory, and your learning speed will skyrocket. And a final word of advice. When you start unlocking this next level of your mind, keep it to yourself. They might come knocking for their mind-hacking toys back. If you found this declassified briefing helpful, do your part and hit the like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you never miss a future intelligence drop. And share this video with one person who is still stuck learning the old-fashioned way. They'll thank you for it.